Ladies and gentlemen, the World Cup is over. Not for other teams, just for us. It sucks. But for other teams, they're having a time. Us, not so much. I'm joined by the main man today, Danny Saldana. Danny, how you doing today?
I'm miserable, honestly. I mean, I had kind of high hopes going into this for the second time in my life, not the first time. The second time in my life, I had two teams to root for. Both these mans left on the same round. So for my Canadian boys, at least we're in the same level as Portugal, Brazil. We're better than Germany. We're better than the Netherlands.
Yeah.
For my Portuguese boys, we are on the same level as Canada.
Let that sink in.
Let that sink in. We'll get into it, but I'm watching what should have been our game right now, and yeah, man, it's
cheesed.
Yeah, not happy at all.
Not happy at all. Fair. I'm also joined by the main man, Chris. Chris, how you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I had some high hopes as well, but I wasn't maybe as hopeful as I could have been.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame the miracle game that our journalist was able to attend here.
Yeah,
kind of feels like it goes to waste. It's just cool that it happened.
Feels like so long ago.
Doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the saga continues. Coach is out. Ronaldo's probably not going to retire.
He said this is his last World Cup, but he didn't say anything about Euros.
Yeah,
he actually clarified last night too. He actually said, "I said last World Cup, not my last international game."
Oh yeah, I clocked that immediately.
We got another
for the Euros.
We got another Nations League and Euros to sit. That sounds like we got another Nations League and another Euros to sit through, boys and girls. Maybe Portugal qualifies for the Olympics next year. Maybe he fucking goes for
Olympics,
that.
I think, is only under 23s, and then
you're allowed.
You can have like 3 slots though.
So having you're allowed 43-year-old there with a bunch of under 23s is, I think, actually mint. I think that would be perfect for us. I wouldn't mind that.
It'll be him. Fucking
bring Pep out of retirement because we desperately need him.
Like I don't even know who's qualified at that point.
Nani's still playing. Maybe they could use him.
Nani?
Yeah, that's facts. Maybe.
I seen back in March, I think it was, or maybe April, Quaresma was playing at BMO Field with Ronaldinho, and
he's been playing a lot in these like Legends leagues and stuff.
Exactly. So
when does he join the ball? When does he join Baller League with KSI?
Ronaldo joining Baller League would actually be sick.
He could do a number for my Sunday League team if we could get him to come.
Bro, I could use a guy for my 7-a-side.
He loved Toronto so much. Yeah, he would dominate at the Downsview Park. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I could use him at Ronaldo. Pull up the Tyndall Field in Kingston on Queen's campus on a third. Can you do it on a humid Thursday night in Kingston?
And then later on, can you do it on a cold Thursday night in Kingston?
Yeah, well, yeah. If we do Winter League, can you do it on a cold night for Beta Mark?
A cool
day. It doesn't get cold. A cool day, a chilly day. Get a little 8-degree weather. Nothing too bad. Maybe 5 degrees with the wind.
That's Celsius, by the way.
But yeah, you can follow Sam here. He's just been a busy boy, getting settled into a new house. I know that feel. I know that life. Most importantly, follow all things Alvalade, Alvalade, on all social media platforms. I should put my app there too. You can follow me, Richard_Nev7. I just want to say, I called this. I said this a month ago. My brain is ginormous. It is almost bursting at the seams. I called this on the preview show. I called this when they announced the team. They are a round of 16 team at best. People said, Richard, you're an idiot. You're such a pessimist. You're so dumb. Look at me now. Smartest guy in the fucking room. Smartest guy in the world, maybe, for that prediction. I should have put money on it. I should have bet it because I'm just so smart. Anybody with a brain who actually watches football more than once every 2 years would have told you this team was set up for disaster. They didn't want to listen, and look where it's led you back to. Danny, you would
get along really well. I have a buddy here. His name's Dylan, also Spartangista, and in another group chat. I'm not a part of this group chat. He told the boys at the start of the World Cup, "I'm not saying a word until Portugal's out of the World Cup because I know they're going to be garbage."
Yeah.
And his first comment the other day was a picture of Roberto Martinez but dressed up as like Bin Laden, basically.
Okay, so I got in our group chat, our Snapchat for the 7-a-side team, I got that exact same picture from someone else a few days ago.
Yeah.
I got that exact picture.
So shout out Dylan, by the way.
Shout out to him.
I forget his ad on Twitter, but shout out.
It's
Dylan.
all good. Yeah, you could have seen this coming, really. It sucks because after the Croatia, like you were at the Croatia game, I want to get into that because that looked like a phenomenal time. You got to meet the GOAT, Nuno Mac.
I got to meet Nuno Mac. I sniped him as well.
Sniped Nuno Mac.
We technically weren't even at that section. The lady stewardess sort of fucked us up.
She like misdirected you, or
she misdirected us.
Oh.
Were you in a part of the stadium that was out of the stadium, or were you in the stadium?
No, I was in the stadium. So Toronto Stadium's not small, so I was in the stadium.
It's very on top of.
Yeah, so like seats were anywhere you sit, really, even on the scaffolding. That's on the other. Those on the goal sides.
Yeah,
but even those seats look pretty decent. I didn't.
All the players too. Sorry to cut you off. Said that was probably that in Vancouver were their two favorite places because they're built for soccer.
Yeah,
those two stadiums. They said those were their favorite places to play out of all the American stadiums and the Mexican stadiums. That just because of, I guess, just the feel, because of the way the fans are on top of you, especially in Toronto, like they're really on top of you. It's very steep. It looked I like I've been there a few times, so yeah, fair. Carry on. So you're misdirected by this this rogue stewardess.
So anyways, but yeah, the stewardess got me to the wrong section, and I was right beside. If you guys ever notice in the crowd, because that's where the cameras usually are pointing towards, because that's where the benches are. There was like a white section, and it's basically
it's the media tribune,
exactly,
right? Yeah,
all the commentators, all the people. So we just happened to be there, and I was telling my buddy that I went with, I was like, "Yo, like Nuno Mac must be here, because like."
Yeah, they flew him out for the
Why
games,
else would who else would be it, right?
Yeah,
so
they flew him out for the games. Yeah,
and I didn't really see him. I only seen the microphones that said RTP, and I was like, okay, for sure, Nuno Mac is there. And the guy is like, he's like sort of like hidden behind another guy, like writing his notes pre-match.
Yeah.
So me and my boy, we get the other guy's attention. And the other guy thought like we wanted a picture with him. I don't know who he is, but
you're like, I don't care about you.
I'm sure there's a name. Like I'm sure he's also recognized.
There's Nuno Mac, and there's the other guy.
There's the other guy, but I forget his name. The other guy's
there's the other guy, Alex, but I don't think he was doing games.
I forget. I don't know who it is, to be honest. The guy is cool. Like if you look up the clips of Nuno Matus,
it's usually this guy
where he did like the 2016 one. He's the one right beside him where Nuno Mac is like.
Oh, that's Alexandra. It's Alexandra something. I forget his last name.
Probably.
Maybe
I don't know.
Or something. But yeah.
Shout out him, because he was like, "You want a picture with me?" And me and my boy were like,
"No,
we're drunk.
We want
drunk
the guy
already too." By the way, drunk. The sun. It was a hot day.
It was a disgusting day.
No, not you. Him. And then Nuno Mac is like, "Give me 2 minutes. Let me finish my notes."
Yeah.
Guy comes running, fixes his fucking hair. Anyway, shout out the legend Nuno Mac. Just prior to the game too, I didn't go on the march, but like going into the stadium was it was different than like an experience at like TFC, because the city like closes off like some of the streets even prior to the stadium.
Yeah,
so you're walking in with everybody. There's only certain sections that you can go in. You have to show your ticket and everything like that. So it was already like Croatia, and I'll get into actually that in a bit. But there's one side, it was literally like Croatians like chanting, jumping and shit like that. And then it's like me, my boy. We had like some other friends there too wearing Portugal jerseys. Every now and again, there's Portugal jerseys showing. So like it's kind of intimidating. Honestly, it wasn't as like scary, but it reminded me of when I was like 19 and I went to go watch Benfica Sporting at the Luge, wearing my Sporting jersey. I was a little intimidated at that point.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fucking Croatians, and these guys are fucking huge too, right?
I saw on one podcast. I don't know if you remember that Sid Sixero guy.
Yeah.
He's like, I've had the privilege to go to like the Euros and stuff, and like Euros in Portugal, the Euros when it was in Belgium, Netherlands. He goes, that atmosphere at the Croatia Toronto game ranks right up there with one of the craziest. Like, it was. He says that was a European. It was awesome. Game. Yeah,
facts. It was. And from my perspective, I don't know how it played off on TV, but that was an away game. Like.
Yeah.
First off, the crowd was like, I would want to say like 70-30 Croatia, which makes sense because
in GTA, yeah.
Bro,
and they travel well
diaspora outside, if I'm not mistaken, outside of Croatia or outside of the Balkans is in Toronto.
Yeah.
Of Croatian diaspora. And then the biggest city in North America with the Portuguese diaspora is Toronto. I think there's more Americans, there's more French, but just like accumulated in one city, it's Toronto. So I was expecting like, you know, like a 50-50, maybe even like a 60-40. It was a 70-30. And
I told people that on the last week.
And there was also there was a lot of Ronaldo fans. I'm not gonna lie. It stole a little bit from the experience. That there was Tugas, there was a bunch of Tugas, but there was a lot of just like Ronaldo fanboys, and
we're just there to see one guy. Kind of thing.
And influencers too. Like, I'm not even trying to make it.
Did you see after the goal, Danny?
That they did that a lot actually. The stadium went crazy after the goal. They did like everywhere. So I'm not even trying to make it I'm really not trying to make it like a race or a color thing. There was even influencers there that weren't supporting either team. There was a few Colombians, which is fair enough because they probably bought the tickets like even prior to.
They're just like, I'm here, whatever, fuck it.
Yeah. But long story less long. The atmosphere was sick. It felt like I was in an away game. Honestly, if they can let in flares, I know
that would have been crazy at that.
There was just one section of Croatians. And I know that section would be just flared the fuck up. The fucking national anthem gave me fucking goosebumps.
Yeah. Dinamo Zagreb Ultras on tour.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was and then split. There you go. There's a few things of those two. I was wearing my Spartan bucket hat, bro, and like it was popping, bro. Like I was shitting on them, but shout out to the Ronaldo fanboys. Some of them were wearing the Spartan jerseys of like the Ronaldo Spartan.
Yeah,
jerseys. I met a few of them that had like the classic Spartan jersey, no Ronaldo in the back.
Oh wow,
dabbing them up. Shout out my guys.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy work.
It's a violation, but I'll let it slide for the big day.
We'll let them.
Facts. But nonetheless, great game, entertaining stuff. Varandistão alive and well.
You got to witness a boss call in real life, man. What's that like?
That was insane. I want to emphasize this. I was drunk at the time, right? Me and my boy, again, we're in a section with a few Portuguese people.
Very well hydrated.
very
very well hydrated. Extremely hydrated.
I didn't take this part in. Like, I could have easily been in like a few fights that night because at my section, there was like a handful of Portuguese people, but it was mainly Croatians.
Yeah.
And me and him are just like singing, chanting. Nobody else is really getting into it. We're doing that. When the call gets reversed, we're like
shamelessly celebrating.
I probably would have taken my shirt off.
Like grabbing the guy next to me, like, yeah, we're in, we won. Bro, it's so bad. And these guys are like actively like butthurt, really butthurt.
Yeah,
and we don't see the replay obviously until you get home too. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. That was a crazy call, but it was a great game. It was almost worth the money because I was convincing myself that
They're gonna win
watched Portugal live in the World Cup in my hometown the year they're gonna win the World Cup.
If only you knew.
But, you know, little did I know a few days later.
That's still like probably like a once in a lifetime thing, like fair play.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, cool. The boys seem to love Toronto. Ronaldo came out. I was hyped. Don't get me wrong. I was very hyped that Ronaldo came out doing the Where's She At? Where's She At by Drake. But I should have known then and there. And I had a little inkling in my brain like, oh, the Drake curse is about to happen.
Yeah.
One way or another, the Drake curse is about to happen.
Something's hitting.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah, it was a circus game. I was like, this game needs to end soon because I had to run to 7-aside. I'm like, this has to end soon because I'm
not
gonna have to leave.
Lie, for conceding a devastating last-second equalizer after taking the lead in the 94th minute.
Yeah,
I was oddly not in full-blown freak-out mode because
I wasn't in full-blown
he
rage
looked
mode.
Offside. He looked like he was just up there.
Yeah.
You know, he looked like I didn't factor in whether or not it actually skimmed off that dude's head or not, which was a critical fucking detail.
Yeah.
But
the sensor in the ball.
That guy looked offside in real time.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, they're celebrating. They're really going wild, but like
they're gonna look at this.
We're getting checked. This shit's getting checked.
I did feel that too. And also on Ronaldo's penalty, I'm not gonna lie, I sat down for a solid like minute or two when the penalty was announced because I was not confident.
I knew.
I was like,
thought,
if he misses,
bro. Here's what I thought. I thought if he picked a side, he was going to miss.
yeah.
But I felt like he was gonna dive. So I was like, if he goes center, I actually really like his odds.
Yeah.
Dang, center, goal.
It's almost dead center, yeah.
Yeah. Ballsy, bro. Low key. I was nervous. I was nervous.
Yeah, I was
but,
at home.
And just moments prior when he scored that offside goal, from my angle, it didn't look. I mean, he was miles offside, but it didn't look too bad. So I was going crazy. I was like, okay, we tied it up.
Again, on TV, bro, I was like, he's definitely off. He's definitely off. What a finish.
Yeah.
What a finish.
Good finish.
Imagine if he's not off. Let me see the replay. Imagine if he's somehow not off. But
he's onside by like a hair.
And
it was close, bro. I mean, it was like
it was closer than I thought it was going to be, but
yeah, it was closer than I thought it was going to be from real time. But again, thought it was off in real time. Didn't really celebrate. Yeah. What a nice touch and finish, though.
Great.
That was literally that was the highlight of his World Cup. I'm going to be honest.
That was the best. That was the most like Ronaldo that Ronaldo.
Loki, it goes in. I don't know if he gets subbed off for a Gonçalo Ramos, bro. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Let's talk.
And also, Diogo Costa live was.
Diogo Costa,
bro, he had one. That was probably one of his best games for the Seleção that he's ever had that you saw.
Except for the game.
Even this game, bro. This game, he had some huge saves in the first half too.
The game again. For the second straight World Cup, Diogo Costa gets hung out to dry by Ruben Diaz and whoever the fuck is his central defending partner. I just want to put that out.
You know the Emiliano Martinez famous save in the 120th minute of the World Cup final where he like splits his legs.
It's like the
bro. I was like, on the Spain breakaway chance at the end that they won it. I was like, come on, bro.
Like, give me one of them.
Legs one more time. Not enough.
Yeah. Not enough. Just was not enough. Yeah. For the second straight World Cup, Ruben Diaz, who's supposed to be a world-class defender, looked anything but this tournament.
I mean, Vega
they go out by Diogo Costa getting hung out to dry.
Defense was incredibly shaky. Cancelo was very up and down. And
I just want to. Can I point something out?
The guy that the guy the manager is addicted to, happens to play his same position.
Let me talk because you're about to get me started.
Of looking for a sub, you're out, bro.
Let me talk about this. We took 5 right backs to this tournament.
Cormateus Nunes.
We used 2. We used João Cancelo, and hey, Richard called this when they picked the squad. We're going to need to be chasing the game and need a goal. Guess who's coming on? Nelson fucking Semedo. Crazy.
Thiago Dalot coming in that last
Dalot had like 20 minutes this whole tournament.
Dude,
I don't think Gonçalo Ramos played a full half.
Bro. I don't know why he was tournament, by the way, in that last game.
Bro, I want to know what Martinez, and I'll bring up the 11 right now. Martinez has some questions because what exactly do you see in Nelson Semedo that garnered as many minutes as he did?
Bro, when he cleared it towards the goal.
Oh yeah, my God! Yeah,
bro, I thought that was a lower 90 ice cold finish.
Yeah. Honest to God, he had enough time. Okay, I understand it at that moment. You just want to get it out, right? Fair enough.
Just do whatever you want
to turn and drag the ball out of the box. He had enough time to just point it to the other way. This guy decides to go. Oh, just fuck it. Everybody's there. Let me just fucking shoot it right here, man.
Over here. What are you doing?
Extreme panic. What are we doing? There was several of those where Spain played it across the net and there was no one there, and it was so scary.
I want to know how many minutes Gonçalo Ramos played this tournament actually before I get on a rant. How many minutes? I don't think he played a full half of football this entire tournament.
Before the Croatian game, he had 7 minutes, and then in the Croatia game, he came on in the 70th. 75th.
Does it count the plus 10 though?
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, that counts. That's time on the
plus
field.
14, yeah.
Really?
I want to know how many
minutes. More than that. Because he came on as a 10 in the first game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't even sell him out to be a
but he had 7 striker. He played 7 minutes. Even against did he come in against Uzbekistan? No, right?
He did. He came in 2 of the 3 group stage games, if I'm not mistaken.
He played under a half a foot. He played under a half of football, I'm pretty sure.
But as Roberto Martinez says, he was set to come in right at the start of OT, but OT didn't happen.
OT didn't come. So what you're telling me
So
is
he was going to sub off Ronaldo at OT.
The coach
Dude,
decided I want to.
Was he going to sub off Ronaldo at OT? I don't know.
You want to know?
You want to
know? Might have put Ramos
you want to know
in,
the minutes? You want to know the minutes he played? He played like 60 minutes.
Okay, better than I thought, man.
Which I don't even know if that's right. That's what ChatGPT is telling me. I'm pretty sure it's lower than that. I'm almost positive it's lower.
Market actually. Transfer market might have it.
Transfer market actually, that's a good. I should have gone to transfer market first. That's also.
You just need to calculate it. But hold on.
It's crazy. This team, the team that he chose. And I want to say something very clearly. Cristiano Ronaldo looked like a 41-year-old. That's not up for debate.
Bro, here's the thing that was crazy.
He slowed down every attack with his constant check backs and drifting to the wing.
So
I loved him. I loved him on the ball, low key.
Yo,
anybody who sits there and thinks it was smart to play him as much as they did is an idiot.
Danny, the first half of the game that you were at, his
like 5 touches.
His contributions were like checking into midfield and playing it backwards one time.
Yeah,
he was checking so fucking deep, bro. And then often, a couple of times, the ball would go out to the wing, and he would be standing next to the winger. It's like, bro, you need to be in the
go
middle.
to the middle. You're the striker.
You're
the striker. Go to the box.
I'm not even like as much as like angry at Ronaldo as like maybe the rest of the world is at this point. But my favorite thing about him was the Spain game. Like, I think it was like the 85th minute. I think it was still 0-0. The run he tried to do, and all the player had to do was stick out his leg, and he won the fucking ball, bro.
Yeah. Like, bro.
Unreal. I felt like his performances, I felt like he noticeably had less gas in the tank than he has had before.
Yeah.
And I felt like he was really conserving his energy. So
I don't know
like,
about that.
I only have, 60 minutes of this level, but I need to stretch that over 90. I would have preferred if he just fucking busted his ass for 45 fucking minutes.
Facts.
And we got a better 45 minutes of like running and chasing and stuff, less walking around, less being out of. But it's literally because I think he was trying to stretch out the lack of stamina that he had. And yeah, it was often brutal.
He's 41 and it showed. Let's be very blunt and honest. He's a 41-year-old striker. He slowed down every attack they had. That is not up for debate. That is what happened. If you watch the games and you actually watch football at any level, you would get that. Now, before I go back to Ronaldo, the rest of this team, let me speak directly to you.
Quick, Rich. Just to answer the Gonzalo Ramos thing. He didn't come on against Uzbekistan. He played 7 minutes against Congo, 27 minutes against Croatia.
So he played under a half of football.
Let me see if I can zoom into that.
He played under one half of football.
Horrific.
Inexcusable.
AC Milan's like top signing or top
inexcusable from the coach. Right, inexcusable from the coach. He's a coward. But the rest of this team, you guys would get wiped with the Euro 2016 team. They might not have had the skill,
bro. What a ass showing!
What an ass showing from everybody. They don't play like a team. And I've said this before. They play like a bunch of stars who, when the going gets tough, they tuck their tail between their legs and they whine and struggle like a bunch of piss babies. They played off. Ronaldo didn't get any service. I'm going to give him that. He didn't really get much service because their service was awful.
Standing behind the attack.
He was offside half the time.
He was offside half the time or in the midfield. But when he was in position, the service was either horrible from the wingers or wingbacks, or it was, let's just keep passing it around the midfield a million times.
Apparently, Vitinha, I forget which game. I think it was Croatia.
He had a record.
All the passes he completed were behind.
We're backward. There was no forward passing.
Like,
unbelievable.
If this is the objective of Vitinha, why not take Piguinha, bro?
What?
Piguinha would do the same thing, bro.
He would have done that too, just as well, just as efficient.
Yeah.
I said this from the outset. They're not built to win because they play like a bunch of piss babies. They play selfish. They're not a team.
Bro, João Neves got run off the field multiple times. I actually couldn't believe what I was watching.
Bruno Fernandes was shambolic.
Yeah,
Bruno's position. I don't
awful again.
think That's a manager one because I feel like he is not utilizing him.
He was
they were
weird. Like he was like a second striker at times, and sometimes at the best of times at United, he can play like an 8. Yeah. So I felt like it was just too weird. He was too high up. Then he was never getting the ball.
There's often a massive gap because Ronaldo's not really an outlet as the furthest man forward. So
he would try things, especially this game against Spain. He tried things, but nobody was there. So like
it's just frustrating again that part of that falls on.
At some point, didn't happen.
Nothing.
Part of that falls on too. They don't have an identity. They don't have a set system with this coach.
Yeah, no, they don't.
They never have. So anybody who is shocked by this result is an idiot because I saw this coming from miles away. I'm convinced that Lauren, I think that midfield could work. I think the problem is the system they play is complacent and it's not adventurous enough to actually get anything out of them.
And low-key, if you also look at PSG, like, okay, yes, João Vitinha midfield. Yes, and it works. But it's a João Neves Vitinha and Fabian Ruiz midfield.
Yeah.
Fabian Ruiz is much different
than a Bruno Fernandes,
for example. João Neves and Vitinha aren't like okay.
Does it feel like the England problem they used to have, Danny, which is they had too many guys who could play center of the park?
Maybe.
And unfortunately, you're playing the stars to play the stars. You're not playing to what is the best team.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what it kind of feels. That's what it almost feels like, is those England teams that we grew up watching in the early to mid 2000s.
Yeah,
if I'm being really honest.
And Tuchel made a point this year on like not bringing superstars and bringing players.
He went bold with his selections, but you know what? Like they're in the quarterfinals and we're not.
And they had a crazy game against Mexico.
They had a tough game against Mexico. Mexico played them hard.
Viagra miracle facts.
Mexico played them hard.
By the way, did you guys see Jordan Henderson? He broke his arm.
Fucking
got a yellow card.
And bro, and his contribution was getting booked from the bench as well.
Exactly, bro.
Bench booking
0 minutes this entire World Cup, bro.
One of my buddies was he lives in Japan and he was watching we were chatting like during the England game. He goes, yo, you get a yellow card from the bench. Like, bro, I've seen multiple guys get a red carded from the bench in the same game.
They're actually more heavy-handed on the bench, guys.
Yeah. I'm like, I've seen guys get red carded from the bench.
I've seen
like, you're out of the game.
Get a red card.
What?
Yeah.
Or like a random technical staff member.
Yeah. Oh no, I told him that, like, buddy, I've seen refs give red cards to like guys on the bench. He's like, serious? I'm like, yeah. It's like, you're out of the game. I'm not even in the game. Not anymore. You're not. Get the fuck out. Like,
speaking of, also, since we're on this topic, because it reminded me of the Canada game, Canada-South Africa, where João Pinheiro was reffing the game. I just want to say, João Pinheiro, if you give Sporting like a red card right away, I'm fighting you, because I've seen in this game the coaches yelled at this guy. The South African coaches barely did anything.
Nothing.
I think like Canada's coaching staff or maybe Jesse Marsh got a yellow, but that was it. No red to the technical staff. So Pinheiro, watch your back, bro.
We're watching. We got our eyes on you there, pal. We're watching you.
You guys watched the Argentina game earlier?
I did. I watched bits and pieces.
Bro, they were calling for a racism incident, bro, and the ref was just like, nah, bro,
fuck you guys.
He denied a racism incident. He had some other incredible moments. Officiating, but...
incredible game, incredible stuff. Can I go on a bit of a tangent for a minute?
Go ahead, brother.
On the Ronaldo. This is for the Ronaldo.
You put up a 4.1, bro.
That's diabolical work from what's supposed to be one of the top.
Pedro Neto with a 4.6 is crazy.
Fuck. Let me get down to it. I've seen a lot of people on the interwebs in this day and age, in the last 24 to 48 hours, how Portugal had zero. Oh, you're ISOing me. Oh God, I get the big attention.
Bro. ISO.
All right. I've seen a lot of talk about how we have no footballing heritage. When Ronaldo came around, made us. Portugal had zero footballing heritage. Let me list you off some facts about Portuguese football pre-Ronaldo, pre-2005. There was a time when Benfica could be argued to be the best team in the world in the 60s with their European Cups. Sporting won the Cup Winners' Cup when that shit meant something, and it was one of the hardest trophies to win.
I needed a palate cleanser after that, bro.
Portuguese teams in the 80s and even in the early 2000s were the envy of some teams in the world. We had 2 Ballon d'Or winners in Eusebio and Luis Figo. Our youth programs in the 80s and 90s were the envy of the fucking world. And these fucking losers, you know what's funny? We qualified for all these tournaments. It's really hard to qualify for the Euros when only 8 teams out of the continent make it for the large majority of its existence. It's really hard to qualify for a World Cup when for the majority of its existence, up until the 80s, 16 fucking teams make it and 5 of them were European. So don't come at me with he put us on the map and this and that, blah, 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 and we had no football heritage. We were producing world-class fucking players for years before Ronaldo. Don't put disrespect on guys like João Pinto or Rui Costa or Manuel Fernandes or Jordão. Get out of here with that nonsense.
Feel free to disrespect Rui Costa right now, though. I think a lot of
disrespect Rui Costa now, but as a player. But get out of here that we had no football heritage before Cristiano Ronaldo. This country, for what it had, the only reason Portugal's national team was not as successful was because of such horrible mismanagement at the federation level, and the fact that they didn't expand the Euros to 16 teams until 1996. This is a team that went to World Cup semifinal, European semifinals multiple times, and you're sitting here. They'd have no football heritage. Get out of here. You know what? Let me tell you about Ronaldo specifically. They qualified by the skin of their teeth in 2008 and 2000 and 2010 and 2012, and he was a ghost for large stretch of those qualifying campaigns. Ghost didn't score at all in the 2010 qualifying campaign.
But to be fair, that Sweden game was legendary.
That was 2014. I was going to get to that.
I hear you, but I'm just saying.
It's all post age like 32, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Is when it starts.
But for 3 straight qualifying campaigns, Ronaldo was a ghost, and they almost missed those 3 tournaments: the Euros, the World Cup, and the Euros in succession. They had to go to playoffs.
Specifically, the World Cup. It speaks volumes that his first, and now it seems like his only, unless Homelander's here to stay. His first and only knockout round goal was this year.
Was a
few days
6
ago.
World Cups
in Toronto, by the way. It was fine.
Yeah,
I just had to throw that out there.
Like,
so it speaks volumes.
These people that that Portugal had zero football heritage. Let me tell you something. He wasn't even on the pitch when they won the Euros in 2016. Big part of why they got to the final. Will not take that away from him at all. But let's be honest. Yeah. That team played like a team, and they won without him. And that pisses him off. That irks him to this day that he wasn't able to be the star of the show that day. That it had to be Eder. That it was guys like Ricardo Quaresma. That Pep was the man of the match. That Rui Patricio played the game of his fucking life. It wasn't him that scored the big goal and goes, ooh, on the field. That Nani was the captain for the majority of the game. That he was the one who was balling out, making chances, and trying to make shit happen.
And playing out of position.
Yeah, playing as a striker when he's a winger.
And low-key, Quaresma, he got subbed on. Quaresma had a huge game that game.
Quaresma had a great game.
And we hate him here. We hate him here at All Things Alvalade. But I know the attention right now is Ronaldo, but I was just thinking about this the other day, like an hour ago. Is João Neves, Vitinha, Bruno, they all have these big
big personalities.
No, not big personalities, like this big reputation. Are any one of them better than João Moutinho? We hate him here. No. So we're gonna say yes.
João
Moutinho at 2016
played with he played with that raça. He played with that fuck you attitude sometimes.
But he was also a pussy.
He was also a ghost.
He was also a ghost.
He was also a ghost too.
And he also didn't want to take a penalty until he was convinced.
I disagree with this, Miguel.
I
disagree with that.
I didn't really. I just clicked. I didn't read it. My bad.
No, I read. No, it's fine to put it up, but I disagree. Right. I think these people saying Portugal had zero football heritage for Ronaldo, I think that's a bit of a stretch. I think that's a very unfair comparison. And if that's your opinion that Ronaldo's the only reason Portugal has any football heritage,
no,
I wipe my ass with your opinion.
He in some of those, the team photos from 2014 or 2012 go viral. Some of those teams definitely
weren't great. There wasn't a lot of talent.
Yeah, they were. Listen, we had Hugo Almeida for a lot of it, man.
They had good players for a lot of positions, but then they constantly didn't have players for certain positions.
It was you look at those teams and the players you would probably look at they were a good player, like Nani for sure. João Moutinho for sure. Pep for sure. If they didn't piss off
Ricardo Carvalho.
if Paulo Bento didn't piss off Ricardo Carvalho, we could have got 2 more turns out of Ricardo Carvalho. Who else was there? Deco, Simão, Miguel Veloso was a pretty good player, I would say. Thiago was a good player, like Champions League finalist with what's the team? Atletico Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't like he was playing with me. The 2014 squad was overall not good. That team, they needed that team to.
We've also always had decent goalkeepers too. To be fair to him too,
Ricardo until 2008. Patricio was
Vitor
okay.
Bahia.
Vitor Bahia. Like I forgot him when I was listing the good players. He was a fucking best goalie in Europe. One of the best goalies in the world.
Yeah, but Ronaldo didn't play too much with Vitor.
He never got to play with Vitor Bahia. He got to play with Ricardo.
I don't know if he ever
I think in 2004. Or was that Ricardo?
That was already Ricardo.
04 was Ricardo. Right. That was the controversy was Portugal won the Champions League. He left.
I don't even think Bahia was in the team, or was he?
Wasn't. He wasn't. That was the big controversy. Was we didn't take Bahia. He rolled with Ricardo, and to be fair, it almost worked. Like they made it to the final, and a big part of that was Ricardo until.
And Fernando Couto was on the same leash. Played the first game, did not play again.
Yeah.
Captain as well.
Yeah. Started as the captain for that tournament, and then they said, "Well, you're going to give that to Luis Figo instead." Screw that.
Crazy.
You're done. You're done here.
Ballsy moments, man.
But you know what? The one thing Scolari had was balls. He knew he fucked up the first game, and he said, "Shit, I need to play the Porto midfield and the guys that just won the Champions League." And to be fair, they steamrolled the rest of the group. They had a really tough game against England. They almost fucked it, but the goalie that he rolled with bailed their ass out in penalty kicks. He played all the Portuguese guys in the semifinal. They roll through the semifinal. And to be fair, the final, the goalie fucks up.
Yeah.
And I'm convinced that
no man's land corner kick.
No man's land corner kick. And to
followed
be fair,
by a very ambitious flop.
Yeah. It happens. He gambled. It almost took him to the promised land, though, because he had some balls. Roberto Martinez doesn't have that. He didn't want to make the tough decisions. He didn't want to upset any of the stars. Specifically one. There was one he really didn't want to upset. You look at Ronaldo's face when he got subbed off in the Croatia game. He was pissed.
I think it's the only one. But I get what you're saying with Ronaldo. I think the biggest culprit here, though, is not Ronaldo. Because
if you look
at our strikers,
it's the coach. It's the coach.
If you look at our strikers, okay, aside from Gonçalo Ramos, who is also Colombia got saved. Sorry. Who is also a bench player from at PSG.
Yeah.
Who else do we have? Okay, yes, Paulinho. I agree. Playing in the Mexican League, he should have got called up. I mean, fucking what's Nelson's?
I think a lot of it. I think there's three things that failed this team. The coach for sure.
100%. I think he's like the main.
I think he's number one on the tier list. He's number one. Number two is
second and third for me, bro.
Yeah, and the squad as a whole,
because when you're in the field,
spending their days at the beach.
Agreed. When you're on the field, you gotta.
Thank you.
More.
I forgot. I knew I forgot. I forgot Vitor Bahia. I forgot Paulo Futre. I fucked up my rant. Can we start again? Yeah, that's the Sporting goalie curse. Is Sporting goalies can't field crosses. Yeah, I don't know. I think Martinez again. This team has had no identity under him at any point. I think he didn't want to upset stars, which I'm sorry, as a coach, you need to be a bit of an asshole sometimes. You don't need to be full crazy like a Sergio Conceição necessarily, because he's kind of the extreme on that spectrum. But I think at the end of the day, you need to be willing to be an asshole. And leave this comment up. This right here is the symptom. If you're gonna tell the coach who he has to pick, don't hire a coach. Don't hire a coach. Don't waste his time. Because at the end of the day, if the coach isn't allowed to have autonomy over the team, then what are we doing here? You can't be letting certain people called up.
I don't think he was necessarily told who to pick, bro. If you're picking Samu Costa and Nelson Semedo, I hear you though. It's definitely like a George Mendes, a little conspiracy theory.
I think there's
stupid
a bit
enough
of
to bring both of them,
there.
then it's you, bro.
Yeah. I think there's a bit of it. I think there is absolutely outside influence. To what degree, I don't know. I think they need a coach. They need to be willing to let the coach live and die by his sword. They haven't had that since Scolari.
Yeah.
Fernando Santos tried it at the last World Cup, and it cost him his job because he had the balls to make what was arguably a hard decision, and it cost him his job. Ronaldo still hasn't spoken to him to this day, by the way. Ronaldo had a lovely message for Roberto Martinez, blah, blah, blah. He didn't say a fucking word when Fernando Santos left. Guy he won a Euros and a Nations League with, by the way. Didn't say a fucking word because he had the balls to bench him in a game. Roberto Martinez had a glowing review for him, though. What does that tell you?
I will say, though, with Roberto Martinez, it is like very funny to me. This guy took like 5 years to make like proper subs when the game is calling for it. But the moment the game's finished, he like resigns from his job. It's kind of ridiculous. Switzerland on to the next round, by the way.
Wow. Good for them.
Yeah,
that's a bit of a surprise. I thought Colombia was going to go on a run here.
Shout out to my boy, my Colombian buddy, Daniel Rodriguez is out there in Vancouver right now. Poor guy.
I think they play Argentina, right? So it's probably rigged. So
low-key an even easier game for Argentina, bro.
Script written. Argentina-France final.
Lauren, I'll get to your comment in a second. We'll get there. But I mean, listen, I think when you have players like Vitinha, João Neves, Bruno,
you have to be doing better. There has to be more
passing it back more. That's instructions from the coach.
That's from the coach.
Again, Nuno Minge goes down.
You don't plan for an injury like that. That's out of your hands. It happens. Fair enough.
It happens to him a lot, though.
It does.
Yeah.
And Nelson Semedo being the replacement is kind of crazy to me.
But you forget they got to move João Cancelo to left back instead of playing another. Let's say because they brought so many right backs, but no left backs.
Even Dalot played left back at United as well. So even that doesn't make sense to me. People are telling me that like, it was for Lamine Yamal's pace. Bro got cooked nonetheless, bro. So
he got cooked the second he came on.
Yeah. So Dalot. Honestly, I would rather have seen Dalot over Cancelo, to be quite honest with you. And let's not even talk about, the best right back maybe in the world this year. Or not the best, but I'll say one of the best.
A top right back in the Prem. Which is
only one of the greatest managers of all time, Pep Guardiola, rates him there. Poor guy, poor Matheus Nunes. Like, I know you're kicking yourself. You should have chose. You would have been on the same round, but you should have chose Brazil. Brazil desperately need right backs, right? They desperately need midfielders. I even thought this game was probably like a perfect game for Ruben Neves, bro. A Neves control, honestly,
just to get some control of the midfield. I never thought I'd say that. And I never thought I'd say that about Ruben Neves because I hate the guy. But
bro, he was kind of a welcome sight in that Croatia game in the last 10 minutes.
He was.
Because at least he can defend.
Definitely. Bernardo Silva had a decent game against Croatia. I'll give him that, but
he was asked most of this tournament.
This Spanish game, all he did was come on, get a yellow card in the 88th, give up the foul that then led to Spain giving up getting the goal. So Bernardo, the same energy everybody has for Ronaldo, we have to also put towards Bernardo. Because Bernardo is also old. He's also washed. Yeah, it's now
they need a bit of a revamp like they did in 2014, which is they need to move on from a lot of guys that were on this team.
Yeah. Agreed.
Whether they're willing, whether they're willing to or not is another story. But they need to be a bit brave and say, okay, we gotta turn the page here and we gotta make some wholesale changes.
Yeah.
The first thing Fernando Santos did was all these guys that Paulo Bento pissed off. All these things that the first thing Fernando Santos did was he's like, you know what? Ricardo Carvalho is still balling out in France.
Let's bring him back.
Because the only reason he left the team was because Paulo Bento pissed him off. He said, okay, vai pro Carvalho, I'm going to go home.
Even Joseph Font, he brought Joseph Font.
Who was a guy who was long overdue.
But I also don't want to make like Fernando Santos like the poster boy of what I want.
No, because there was a lot of justified criticism of Fernando Santos for sure.
The football was horrible. Let's be real.
But you know what? He got them to at least play like a team. Like
100%.
I think he was a better motivator than Roberto Martinez, just happy clapper.
No, yeah.
Like,
Roberto,
I don't think Roberto
Martinez
the
words
was
to the
someone I'd run
national
through a wall
anthem. He speaks Portuguese.
I don't think I'd run through a wall for Roberto Martinez. I think there's enough guys who would definitely run through a wall for Fernando Santos, though. I wouldn't doubt
100%. But I'm just saying,
that's the difference.
Fernando Santos also isn't, to me at least, isn't the poster boy of what I want moving forward either.
They need someone who's more. They need someone who can't be one dimensional. They need someone who has more.
I definitely don't want anybody that's even remotely similar to Roberto Martinez.
No,
bring me somebody bald, and I'm fucking up Buensa. By the way, like
unless it's Pep Guardiola.
I want
to get somebody with a lot of hair. I think
I want.
We need
a
guy with lots of hair.
We
need a guy. We need the anti. We need a guy who's like flowing, which is I think was what we're gonna be getting. It's gonna be Mr. Tekadis, George Jesus.
Yeah, and then like on my rant, like the again, like Felix starting. The only thing I can think of is like Roberto Martinez wanted it to be like a Felix Pedro Porro battle. Winner gets Maggie's heart again or some shit like that. Or, like I really don't understand that change when Rafael Leão had like a pretty good game against Croatia.
He was one of their best players against Croatia.
Got 2 assists against Croatia. He hit the bar when we were 1-0 down too.
Yeah,
I'm lucky not to score that. I thought that was an interesting choice, especially because Felix didn't do much this tournament. He also barely played this tournament. Pedro Neto.
That's the thing. He bragged about he played 21 different players. Yeah, but like most of them played less than one half
5
of football.
minutes. And that's not a
5-10 minutes here
you
and
think
there.
It is, bro.
Felix
that's not a flex.
Started a couple.
Felix did get some burn. He started another game too. I think it was Uzbekistan or some shit like that.
I think he started the Uzbekistan game.
He still wasn't at the level, nonetheless. And Leão just had an incredible game. Like, why are you subbing him off? We need players, and this is like to the Quaresma rant that he had to Ruben Dias.
I love how he put Ruben Dias in his place.
Me too.
I want to talk about that a bit, but you take over.
We needed like to cause some chaos. It couldn't just be like, holding possession and doing nothing with it, all because Spain doesn't have it. Like, that's also not the way to play it. Pedro Neto, I rate the kid. I'm not saying I don't rate the kid. The only thing he's done this tournament was win the most handsome player of the tournament award, bro.
That's it. That's all he did.
He did nothing else. At least he plays for our team, though. Am I right? Like, but fucking hell, man.
Like, he was useless on the field for long stretches.
Yeah, and then
we need to stop with that experiment.
Yeah, I just thought. I felt bad. Again, maybe it's the Sporting bias. I'm not going to deny it, but I felt bad for guys like Trincão. I felt bad for guys like Inácio after seeing Vega. Not even just Inácio and Araujo after seeing Vega stink it up, respectfully.
I also felt bad for a guy like Gonçalo Guedes, who the coach
and he goes to his
for.
Knees. Vega got a block in the first half. He goes to the knees, like he's like, I blocked that shit in the second half. And it's like, bro, like, did you not see how frantic we were on that case? Like, what are you celebrating, bro? Go defend the fucking corner.
Diego was a liability for most of this tournament.
Yeah, and we kept on playing him. And Ruben Dias, I like Ruben Dias a lot too. He's supposed to be the man in the our guaranteed starter, bro. He's not a Pep. Rough. He's not a Ricardo Carvalho.
He's not even a Pep.
I'm not even. This is a Sporting podcast, and I know this is a safe space for me to say certain things. But I'm going to keep my mouth shut because I'm not also trying to make it like a club thing. But there's a lot of questionable decisions made. And I'm looking at some of the players. I'm looking at some of like the other players that people are defending too. And I can't help but think like if you weren't that fan base, you wouldn't be saying that. Or if this player played for another team, you wouldn't be saying that. So, it's just, if we went out, but like we played some shit because it is Spain at the end of the day.
It's Spain. They're the reigning European champions. There's no shame in
losing to them. They're probably going to go on and win the World Cup. And I seeing the teams left, I might even be like somewhat rooting for that. But there's no shame in that. It's just shame the way we played. And on top of everything else, especially on the way we played, if we came first. Right now, we would have been, playing Switzerland in Vancouver. We would have before Switzerland. Who did Colombia play? Ghana. We would have played Ghana. Significantly easier than Croatia, and much easier than Spain. Let's be real. So that's the first thing. And then I'm going to somewhat direct this towards Sporting fans, and this is where I kind of want to like push my Rui Borja agenda, where it's like, to the Sporting fans that are out there saying like Rui Borja because we don't get the results. Do you kind of see what I mean, though, when I say, like, we at least have a style of play? We at least have a philosophy. Identity. We at least try to win the game a certain way, and we actually fucking go for it. And if we fuck it up in the back, we fuck it up in the back. But for the most part, we're still kind of
Portugal was playing so completion and still fucked it up in the back.
Facts. We weren't even that concise defensively because on transitions, these guys are jogging fucking back.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen under Rui Borges. That doesn't even happen. Again, I have to call it. Doesn't even happen up there fucking Jesse Marsh, bro.
No.
So these guys need to be put in their fucking place.
But what I'm saying Jesse is like, Marsh, man.
Shout out Jesse Marsh.
We need a guy.
My honorary Canadian. Yeah, he pissed off a lot of Americans, though.
Oh, fuck. Fair. They're always pissed off.
I was saying is like, this is what I'm saying when I talk about like an identity. I know it's harder with the national team as well to like really.
It is hard, yes.
But this is why I'm not Rui Borges out yet, is because I see what they're trying to do on the field, and I know that it can be significantly worse. I understand it can be significant. Maybe it could be better. I'm not saying otherwise, but I know it could be significantly worse. And you know, there's some options for the Portugal team that I honestly think it's kind of like a lateral move. Like we're not really pushing the button here. If we go like I hate to say it, and I love him, but a Sergio Conceição, we're gonna be playing very similar to Roberto Martinez. If anything, Sergio Conceição might call up his other son. At least he'll play Chico. I wanted to see more Chico.
I thought Chico was good.
Yeah,
the few flashes we got of him
is a better option.
Yeah, I'll ask you guys now too, and then Chris, feel free to take it away too, because I know me and Rich went on a rant.
We kind of.
But out of Abel, Jorge Jesus, and Sergio, who are you guys picking? I'm Jorge Jesus all the way.
Jorge Jesus.
We have way too much like attacking power to not go Jorge Jesus.
But that also means that we're definitely keeping Ronaldo. I feel like. Because it'll be like, I
think that's happening
I
regardless.
know how to maximize him, you know.
I can see Jorge Jesus benching him though, at the very least, or taking him off the bench.
I think Jorge Jesus will knock some of these players around a bit and give them a bit of a kick in the ass.
I could see Sergio Conceição trying to not call him up.
I could see Sergio Conceição not doing that. I think Jorge Jesus is probably, when you look at the bigger picture, the whole thing, the whole buffet table, and the whole spread you're going to have in front of you, I think he's probably at this moment the best option when it comes to, he'll have more than one idea. They will more than likely play more attacking football. I think he will give some of these players a kick in the ass that need it. I don't think he'll cater to the stars as much. He will still, I think. It's different to club coaching. And also, at the very least, we're going to get some phenomenal press conferences from Jorge Jesus.
Yeah, agreed.
Come on.
I would love to have seen Jorge Jesus speak English this World Cup.
Too. Oh, you know what? We'll get at the next Euros. Euros and Nations
not really,
League, brother.
Yeah, but yeah.
We'll already be qualified. Let's go for 2030.
Yeah, we already qualify automatically. That's right. We're the junior. We're the Canada for that tournament.
We're
like
in,
baby. We got 3 games. Whatever the fuck, 3 stadiums. That's it. Yeah. We're the junior host for that tournament. That's right. We qualify anyways. Fucking right. Let's go.
So yeah.
And people
Chris, take it away. I don't know if you have
people
anything
think Homelander's not going to be
put
at
up
that
the 11
tournament
again if you guys want to, or I can take it off. It's up to you guys.
Bro, I don't have much more on this, man.
We covered
other than maybe a bit more luck, and we could have somehow won 1-0. But
yeah,
the shit house wasn't on our side for this.
I also don't love that we started to do the things that we should have been doing in the 90 minutes in the last like 6 minutes of the game because we went down 1-0.
That's what
because it's like, actually chase the game now. Shit, we got to push.
Not thrilled about that.
It did feel like they were playing for extra time.
Yeah,
like just useless. Again, cowardly from everybody involved. But yeah, I just want to say one last time that my brain's humongous. I called this a month ago. I'm the smartest guy in the room. That's where I leave it. We do have some other stuff to get through. We have some sporting related stuff. We have a new logo, boys.
We have a new logo.
True. That's outdated, eh, Chris? Fuck. I have one in my car, and I was thinking about it the other day. Like, damn, like people won't even know what this like badge even is anymore.
Bro, you know what I have? People are.
Oh, he's got the Lions.
Bro, people aren't even gonna know what that is anymore.
They're gonna be like, "What is that?"
Bro.
They're gonna be like, "What's that, dude?"
Yeah,
for real.
What are your thoughts on the new logo as a whole? And give me a rating out of 10. Chris, I'll start with you. Just because Danny and I have hogged so much.
I liked so I guess the hintings at the outline, old shield, were actually true, which is good. They kept the old 40s type font, which I know is a bit polarizing, but I kind of like it in a weird way, and it's also historic.
Yeah.
It made sense just for the sake of changing the logo to either. I thought maybe they would just keep the new lion, and then this is my fear: if they made a new lion, would it be a shitty new lion?
Yes.
But I actually don't think the lion is bad. I don't think it's perfect. I think that I might like this one more, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Yeah.
And it's at least a 7.5 out of 10. And if they fucked this up, it could have been like genuinely traumatic.
It could have been a fucking 0 out of 10. We were worried.
But they did not fuck it up, I don't think.
They did it. Yeah, I agree with Miguel. I was a little annoyed they didn't put it to votes, but I think they at least got it right this time. For the most part.
If they're gonna fuck over the statutes, who needs a vote? You know.
Well, at least they kept it within the statutes.
True. They
kept it SCP, green and white, lion in a shield.
Yeah.
So there are regulations, and for example,
they followed them.
Being like, we're just going to add a new color, is an insane violation. And
it's an insane thing to do.
They also didn't put that shit up to votes back in 2001. And, they didn't put this shit up to votes either, but at least it wasn't egregious violation.
Yeah, that's true. I like the logo. They could have. I was somewhat nervous in the beginning when it was first announced. I was always thinking of the JJ and UV and the new
just like Marseille badge or something.
Good,
an SCP. I thought the way they had it first, in the beginning where they just had it, or how they have it right now on Twitter.
You thought it was just gonna be that in a line.
Yeah, it's SCP. I was a little worried. But I'm cool with the crest. It's sort of taking it back a bit, which is cool.
Yeah, it's a new take on an old classic.
Yeah, I mean, and they've been hinting at this. I feel for a while now too.
A little.
I mean, back in the the Bruno Carvalho, he did the old symbol, but even more recently, they just put the lion on one of the kits too. So
that's another route I thought they could have gone.
I thought they were just gonna go lion,
just the lion. Just that lion, is probably a design line, which
so I'm also thinking of exactly
a violation of the statutes more egregiously as well.
Exactly, because I'm also even thinking of Atalanta's rebrand too, where they zoom in on the picture, right?
Yeah.
But it's cool. I mean, I want to really see it on jerseys and stuff like that. But I think
the training tops that I've seen, they look good. They're a nice green.
Yeah. Even the
nice training top, man.
The anniversary shirt too looks
good
too.
It's a simple shirt, but looks good.
It looks good. I don't think it will ever be used on the field in a game.
It might be used. It might be used in the presentation game.
Maybe true.
Fair,
I don't. Based on my understanding of it, it is not a kit that will be used in.
Like that other one, like the retro one they did last year, kind of thing. It's a special.
I'm happy for it to be a usage kit. It's a nice kit.
Looks cool.
The thing that sucks about it kind of sucks to use gold accents when you're not champion.
Yeah,
a little.
But in this case, the gold accents are to signify something else.
It's their anniversary. It's the 120th anniversary. You'll let it go. Yeah.
Also, so I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, but I'm really curious. It's crazy that it's
what loses it marks. What loses it marks for you to give it a 9 and to not make it a 10 out of 10? I'm just curious.
I don't know, bro.
Is it just the lion? Honestly,
I guess the lion at first looked a little off. I was like, well, what the hell is
Can I tell you a secret? It's also 9 out of 10. I would have preferred they use the lion that's on Chris's shirt just in a white.
Me too.
I think if they just used that lion, it would have been
we're also more used to it too. It's been
I think I think that's a nice modernized version of the lion. I see what they did. They wanted to go full kind of throwback. At the end of the day, it's a 9 out of 10 Crest. My complaints are very minimal. My worry was me and Chris were on the show 2 weeks ago, and we were like, fuck, I hope they don't fuck this up. We were shaking. We were like, I really hope they don't screw this up.
But I remember being on June 8th, being like, bro, on July 1st, they better not fuck this
bro.
up.
It's also just crazy to me that usually we get our home jersey by now.
I'm surprised we don't have
a single jersey yet.
I'm surprised nothing's leaked.
Porto has had their full slate out for 3 weeks.
I think also
Portugal's not the
Benfica. If I'm not, Benfica at least
two-
have had their home jersey. They were selling their.
They've
just
had their
dropped the
two.
white
They've had
one
them
the other
leaked.
day.
Too. We've had no leak. We've had 0 leaks.
Yeah,
Like usually there's
Benfica
at
was
least a
selling
leak.
them
Oh,
at
no leaks.
the Toronto place.
That is a
here.
tight operation, bro.
That's
There's
tight.
not
That's crazy.
nothing's coming out.
Not
of
even
it.
a record's got any insider info
Yeah.
on this one.
I also haven't noticed if like other Nike shirts have come out either. So I think that's something maybe to look at.
Oh,
like,
maybe it's a Nike. Maybe it's a Nike.
Chelsea's
That's a good
has.
point. Chelsea
they?
has.
I'm just thinking more so of like what to expect
That's
on
just
like
a
maybe the
random one that I
templates.
saw online the other day.
I imagine you'll see a lot of like the cuts and stuff and like designs be kind of similar to what you see from the Nike kits at the World Cup.
Yeah.
If you're unsure what they could look like, our boy Nuno on Twitter has been going crazy with the AI generated kit every day. Chris,
How many do you think he's generated in the last month?
At least 15, at least
Yeah.
minimum. Like Chris with the one day
And
like, oh,
Respect to Nuno, by the way, too. Like
Respect,
I
love it.
it.
Some of those kits were.
I don't want you to take
kinda
this
weird.
the wrong way, but like out of the 15 AI shirts, like I would only accept maybe 2 of them.
There was
I'd
a
be like,
couple
"All right,
hits.
that's cool. I'll take that
There's
one."
a couple hits, but yeah.
All right, Grok.
A lot of
I don't think
misses.
Grok will take it personally.
Yeah.
Back on the
Yeah,
saddle.
facts. Yeah, you're right.
I
It
just
is
remember
Grok,
the
to be
one
fair.
day I just like, bro, he's at it again. I thought he was done, and Chris like, oh, to the bench, Lavalle in the
Well,
group chat.
after the logo came out, but the thing is the kids still aren't out. So
Yeah,
you
we don't
know,
know. He might have hit. He
there's-
might be pretty.
there's
I
still
imagine at
time
least
to
one of them's
generate,
gonna be
bro.
close.
Yeah.
He made like
I have a
15 or
feeling-
20 AI kits. One of them's gonna be close.
I have a feeling we're gonna get collars on this home kit.
I'd be okay with a collar on the home kit.
Because I think we're taking it back a bit, so we're gonna.
I'd be okay with a little
retro.
throwback collar on the home kit. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
be opposed.
It's a shame Trincão is leaving because if we get some stylish kits, there goes one of our models.
There goes our best model right there.
Yeah.
He's such a quintessential like 80s looking player.
He's gonna
too,
pay
like,
for a lot of our business.
this-
I
this
thought it would
past
be
little bit.
Pot going to Saudi, but it seems like it's Trincão.
It could be Trincão going to Saudi
kind of a
for bigger
shame.
money.
I
Talking
mean,
about 45, 50
It might be
mil, but
both of them. They're still.
It could be, but it
Yeah,
might
2
be
months.
both.
That's true. Yeah.
It's okay. We got so many midfielders now. We're just gonna have no
Pot
wingers.
did not look happy turning up to preseason with us
No,
on the very first day.
fair.
Yeah. And we'll see if we lose Maxi as well. Human seems like he's going for like 35, I think it is. They're talking
35,
about
40 is the,
That's kinda
the
crazy.
baseline.
They want
yeah.
45. They're not gonna get it. It's
They're
be
gonna get
35,
they'll get
35.
40 plus 5 if they're
Hopefully,
lucky, I think.
if Ruben can be a deer, he didn't really fuck us, or he didn't really help us out in at United.
Maybe you
if
can
he
give
could
us
be
a little
deer and
boost at the land.
at least try to push Atleti to give us that 45. That would be nice.
Yeah, at least get a little mini bidding, not a bidding war, but like a bidding skirmish.
Yeah.
I don't need a bidding
But,
war, but a little skirmish.
There's gonna be
Little tussle.
Gyökeres 2.0, baby, because Hillman hasn't showed up for preseason
Yeah.
yet, has he?
He's not expected to. Though.
He's not expected to.
But why not? He didn't go World Cup.
Oh,
Sure.
I guess he had like those friendlies before.
Yeah, he
maybe,
had
like-
like some
Yeah,
less
fair.
time off, I suppose.
but yeah,
yeah.
Ruben,
Maybe
if you
like
want
a
to
week
create
or
a little bidding skirmish, a little bidding tilly, a little bidding
bidding
tussle.
war, man. It would be nice.
And guys, I will tell you, Suarez is gonna be coming back because
Stinkers.
he did
He's
not
not looked great this World
showcase
Cup.
anything incredible at this World
Yeah.
Cup.
He
And-
was not
I
great.
don't think the
Ionides
60
is
million
is back in
euro
training too, so let's see if
Unless
he's
the
not,
Saudis want him too, bro. I'll be honest.
Oh,
yeah, maybe
make him as long as we're getting Saudi money for it, we're getting big
Who knows?
money. I'm not gonna complain.
maybe the Turks will come back in for him too. That is
Maybe.
also an option. Since he wanted to go to
Fenerbahce was
Fenerbahce
there was
so
rumors
bad,
that
he can go.
Fenerbahce was in on
Yeah, the presidential race, right?
Oh, there's
So-
rumors he
Listen.
already agreed to terms.
yeah.
Exactly. So
There was
since he
also a
wants to
rumor
go
that
so
Fenerbahce
bad,
was going to try to swoop in for George Jesus again.
that's not happening, bro.
There
I don't
was
think that's
that
going to
rumor.
happen, but that was a rumor. I
right
saw.
after he left Al
That's
Nasser. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that rumor. Like they might be in on George Jesus. I'm like, that's kind of crazy because the FBF has, I think their number one choice is George Jesus, and then their second choice is Sergio Conceição. After that,
Well, I don't know who the first or second is because I've seen a lot of reports today with if Sergio Conceição comes,
Pep will be his
is going to be
assistant.
part of the So we'll see.
I think their first choice is George Jesus, and then I think choice number 2 is
probably.
Conceição.
Probably.
Who, if it's neither of those guys somehow, God only knows who is down the list at that point. Like fucking Scolari comes back.
Can't be
Actually, which I
Amorim
actually wouldn't hate.
anymore.
Yeah, they can't get Amorim.
Can't be
Abel,
Lodge
they-
anymore.
Mourinho's out.
Can't be Mourinho.
Lodge. I was thinking, but he's enjoying life in Brazil right now, and he's doing well in Flamengo. But not Jardim.
Jardim. I saw some people tossing out his name. I don't think he's a realistic option.
I don't think
right
so
now.
either. I think he's.
I like Leo Jardim. He's doing
too soon right now. He's doing well in Flamengo, so I don't know.
I think he wants to. I think he's got a bit of a project at Flamengo he wants to see out for a bit. I
also don't think Portugal will offer him enough money for him to even want to come, bro. That guy's a money man.
Yeah. Abel was a name I saw tossed around. I think it's too soon for him. I think he has no interest. I think if he does,
he has to go back. He has to go to Europe now. I think
he wants to go to Europe. I think whenever he decides he's had enough of Palmeiras, which he's loving life still there now, as we know.
They hate him though.
They hate him, but they're
weird.
He's
bro.
getting paid.
They're weird. They hate him over there, bro.
But that's a tough. Like people don't understand. Brazil's a tough league. That's an ultra competitive league. Like, that's the league I wish
in general, bro. They hate Ancelotti right now, man.
They brought a fucking
shout out our cousins Brazil too, losing to Norway, bro.
They brought a glorified cheerleader in Neymar to the fucking World Cup, man. He scored a penalty, talked shit, and then cried.
But at least Neymar was coming off the bench, and Neymar only played because Paqueta couldn't play.
Yeah,
or else he would never play.
I also think that was a bit of a boss call where Ancelotti was told like you're bringing him. I do wonder if that was maybe
the no João Pedro is like really like mind-boggling to me. And then this last game, not playing what's his name? Is it Igor Thiago or Igor Jesus?
Igor Thiago, I think.
Like not playing him when you started him the very first game. I don't know. I thought that was interesting.
You need a coach with balls sometimes who's willing to make the tough call and say, look, I'm the boss here. Let me do my job. If I fail, I fail. Fire me. Full fair play. But if you're paying me to do the job, you got to let me pick the team. You got to let me run with it. Scolari was famous for that. You know, he left Romario on the plane in 2002, got chastised for it, but then they fucking won the thing, and it wasn't even close, by the way. They shit stomped their way to the World Cup that year, and he looked like a fucking genius. Because, I left Romario at home. I also have a Ronaldo. I have a Ronaldinho. I have a Rivaldo. I have Kaká, who was a bench option. I have Cafu. I have Tafarel. I have Dida. I'm good leaving Romario back at fucking Brazil to party his ass off and drink and smoke. He was going to do that here anyways. He can do that to his heart's content now in Brazil.
Facts.
And he won the World Cup with them. Sometimes you need to let the coach do his job. If he fucks up, he fucks up. But you got to try to not get in the way if you can. That's where I stand. Yeah. I got nothing else. I'm exhausted. This team exhausts me.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice. I think I've deserved this break from footy actually. So it's nice to.
We'll have a little break. We'll have a preseason midsummer break from the podcast for the rest of July, I would think.
Yeah.
We'll be back for
the calendar's out, but I'm gonna be honest. I barely looked at it.
I never even looked at it. I just know we played Benfica the second last game.
Yeah.
Again,
dude, that shit is so fucking rigged.
That's happened a few times. We played
I'm pretty sure Porto are
in a row, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Porto are early too.
Porto we always get early. We always get in the first month or so. I think we always get
I don't know. I think it's a little later now, but I think they're within the first 10 games.
Yeah. Porto always feels like we get them early. We get them early, and Benfica always feels like we get them super late.
Always, yeah. So, but anyways,
yeah, we'll take a little break.
I'm talking about Sporting. I'm not talking about England.
I'm talking.
Might come home.
It won't.
I'm going up to Fan. Fuck. I hope I'm going up to Fan Fest again on the 19th. I hope it's a team I have a fucking jersey for.
Who's the 19th? Oh, that's the final.
The final. I'm coming up on for the final.
Okay. I'll try to get tickets and I'll meet you there, bro. I was at the Fan Fest. My last thing about this World Cup that also pissed me off. One, I will only say this once in my life, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to be the most diehard France fan because I was at the Fan Fest with Canada, Morocco.
Yeah,
and these Moroccans,
they're off. They're so annoying. I was there when they played Brazil. They were so fucking obnoxious,
bro. You're in Canada. It's a bunch of Canadian fans. You know what these guys were chanting at 2-0? They were going na 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 na.
Oh, they're the worst.
Hey, goodbye. So I had a few chants. I was singing Senegal, don't steal our towels. I started singing the Canadian boys are on a bender. Hakimi is a sex offender. Bro, these guys were looking around I honestly thought I was about to fight people, bro. They
were a little
annoyed.
Like we went to watch the Brazil Morocco game, like when we went to FanFest, the only other time, and they were a little like low key annoying. Like they were throwing beers and shit. Like when they scored.
But to do it, okay, that's cool though. You're doing it at you're in Canada, bro. Doing it, bro. Like celebrate, cool, whatever. But like like understand where you're at right now.
Celebrate. Don't be an asshole. Is all I'm asking.
It was a little excessive. So I'm really rooting for France, even though they have a bunch of Argentinian refs. So I don't know anymore. But
I don't know what's gonna happen in that game.
Really rooting for them, bro. And to celebrate like that against Canada, it's like, bro,
you grew up here.
We just got here, bro.
You're almost as Moroccan as I am. Like, settle down.
We lose every week. You're nothing special. We lose, like, you know what I mean? Like, I started singing that too. Like, I was like, what the fuck?
We're like, come on. Yeah, anyways. I don't know. We're going up for the final. I hope it's a team I have. I'm running out of teams I have jerseys for. I think the only one I have left is France. Honestly, I might be the only jersey because Germany's out. I have a German jersey. Japan's out. Brazil's out. Portugal's out. Canada's out. Nigeria didn't make it. Cameroon didn't.
France better win this World Cup, bro. They're too stacked to not win this World Cup.
They're so good.
Yeah,
they're stupid talented. They're still I think it's between France and Spain. I still don't. I think this Argentina team hasn't been a lot.
Definitely the favorite.
But I think this Argentina team has looked so shaky. They haven't looked convincing.
Yeah,
that often in this World Cup.
Yeah.
Like
to me, it's gonna be either a France-England final or a Spain-England final.
I think England. I think England's that game at the Azteca was like that was a true test. Like you're going into hot. That's about as away game as they will play at this World Cup.
Yeah,
hostile territory, down a guy too. They could have easily collapsed after going down a man.
And like Chris said, they were riled up. If you know what I mean.
Riled up. They were standing at attention,
ready to go.
Ready to go, firing on all cylinders.
Apparently, that's not true. They didn't actually use Viagra, but that was like
they were permitted to if they needed to cope with the altitude.
Then I thought that was just
because it's not a banned substance. Because it's not a banned substance. There's no.
But I thought that was just a fake story that was just circulating that it's not a banned substance.
It wasn't. They didn't use it. It was like they could use it to help because it helps with the blood flow, right? Is the thought.
Yeah, I guess.
But I'm like, you're walking around with stiffies all game. What the fuck? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, they should have.
Go off the dick. Crazy.
One like shielding of the ball and rubbing up into like certain cheeks, and Harry Kane is fucking. Boom, you know what I mean?
We need England guy to score a goal with his cock. We really think of the chance they would have come up.
They're lucky Bellingham scored like with his head and not his other head. You know,
not his other head, if you know what I'm saying. All right, that's enough. We're just getting a dick jokes now.
Yellow card for me, by the way. I finally got one today.
Give me one too. I fucking yelled like a storm today. Yeah, I'll take it. I went on a rant. I needed to. I just needed to let that out for the people at home to let them know how right I was. I'm not sorry. I would do it again. I might do it again, but we're here. That's it. That's all we got time for today. We're gonna be taking a little break from the podcast, as we said. We'll be back for a preseason preview though. First sport thing once exhibition games get started and they've kind of gone. We'll probably once the presentation game happens, we'll get closer to the season. No Super Tasa, so no Super Tasa live stream. You can follow Sam here. Sam couldn't make it, but he'll be back for our season preview show for sure. Follow the main man Chris here at the Big Chris 69. You can follow my man's Danny at SCP Danny _. I hope to see you at FanFest on the 19th. We're coming up. We have the VIP tickets, but we'll be in the general admission for most of it.
If I can get the free general admission tickets, I'll be there.
Yeah, because they released some day of, but we were like, let's just get them again. Like it was nice. The area we were in was really nice, which is kind of off away. For the game, we'll be in the main area. Like that's where you got to be. Follow me at Richard Nev _Nev 7. Most importantly, follow all things Alvalade, AT Alvalade on the Twitter /X. We'll be back soon. Thank you all for a wonderful season, for being with us during this World Cup. There's always next time.